Blood is an essential part of healthcare delivery, and access to it at all times is extremely critical. Health conditions like anemia, cancer, hemophilia, kidney, liver and sickle cell diseases, among others, are mostly treated with blood transfusions. This has made it imperative for blood to be made available at all times, particularly in emergency cases. This is where the work of the National Blood Service Ghana comes into full force. With a mandate to ensure accessible, timely and safe blood products for patients, the Blood Center has over the years been serving hospitals like Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Legon, Lekma, Mamprobi and Trust Hospitals, among others. However, it's become a daunting task for the blood service to meet demands made in recent times due to an acute shortage of blood. Statistics from the National Blood Service for the first quarter of 2021 shows that out of a total 8,662 pints of blood demanded, only 3,087 supplies were delivered. The National Blood Service has attributed the current situation to the emergence of COVID-19 pandemic, which has reduced voluntary donations.
You and I know that it was a COVID era, and we are still in COVID. Still not out of it yet. So, in fact, COVID had a profound effect on our blood supplies, because basically those places that we fall on for blood collection we have to be closed. I'm talking about the schools, the churches, and we don't have to actually have large groups of people gathering at one place, and that is basically what we do to collect the blood. So it actually had an effect on our blood collection. So it dropped. It made our collections drop drastically. I think we dropped for about 75%.
The situation is affecting healthcare delivery in many hospitals across the country. The National Blood Center, in trying to save the situation, initiated the blood replacement system. Under this system, relatives of patients are mandated to donate blood in place of the blood procured for their relatives. But how are the facilities coping with the acute shortage? The Trust Hospital in Osu is a popular hospital that receives many patients every day. Out of about 200 units of blood requested from the blood center, only 58 were received. The hospital has had to resort to the 37 military hospital to procure blood for their patients. But this alternative comes with inconveniences.
We need to go cash and carry. Whereas with the National Blood Service, we have an arrangement where we are billed monthly. So in that respect, we have to make sure that all the things necessary for you to get the blood is available before you move. Secondly, with these two places, they don't handle us as bulk recipients, but as individual patients. So, for instance, if you need blood at 37 for somebody, you have to take the person's blood from the ward and then send it to 37 for them to do the group and cross matching again before you bring it and also do a group and cross matching. So that's the procedure. So imagine somebody taking the blood already for other tests, and we are waiting for blood from other places and we are not getting. We have to take this blood that we have taken, or go and take the patient's blood again for test 7 for them to do their group and cross matching before we are giving, because they don't supply us bulk blood, but just for individual patients.
The Trust Hospital is not alone in this situation. The University of Ghana Medical Center is also contending with a similar challenge. The head of the UGMC laboratory has described the situation as stressful and frustrating.
Some of the surgeries are emergency surgeries, and the doctors will call on the spur of the moment that they need 2 units of blood for a surgical procedure. And you immediately have to go scouting from National to 37 Ridge, Pentecost Hospital, Gan West, just to get blood for patients. So you can be doing that throughout the night to be able to get the blood for the procedure. So it's stressful, it's frustrating, and the standard procedure is for relatives of the patient to donate and replace, but that is becoming very difficult these days.
The news team then moved to the Mamprobi Hospital. During my visit, I could count only 6 pints of blood in store awaiting patients. The head of laboratory for the facility is worried.
Just last Monday, we did blood donation. And to be surprised, we had only 10 people qualifying for the blood donation out of the 18 people that came. last 2 months it was a bit encouraging. So we thought this month we were going to have a lot of them. Just this Monday, unfortunately, we had only about 10. And this 10 is also going to go through some scrutiny and some, laboratory testing to make sure that they are safe for transfusion. And our results have not come out yet. But we know definitely we have 1 or 2 failing out of the 10. So looking at the situation, looking at the number of antenatal clinics, patients that we have, the pregnant women that we have, and looking at the blood quantity that we have, it is serious. And if this continues, there will be emergencies where we cannot have blood for them. So when it becomes critical like that, we have to refer the case. But referring the case will come to face some consequences, which I don't want to even talk about here.
Health professionals are not the only ones affected by the situation. Relatives of patients also struggle to procure blood for their loved ones admitted in the various hospitals. To understand their struggle, I sat for several hours with some relatives who had queued anxiously waiting to procure blood they had paid for several days before. Some of them had travelled from communities outside the capital, Accra, but were yet to be served at the time of filing this report. They were obviously frustrated.
My nephew is here. He has been admitted here and is in need of blood. It seems we have to come and donate blood before they can give him one. Initially, we thought they would give him blood initially, but when we went there and asked him, he's not been given the blood yet. So it's like we have to come and give out the blood before they can give him whatever blood type they will need for him. So we are still here waiting for another brother of mine to come so that we can go and give out the blood. It's an urgent situation because this injury, it was severe and he has lost a lot of blood due to that. So doctors are saying we need the blood urgently. We were expecting them to give whatever blood they have there earlier, not even yesterday, I think 3 days ago. But up until now, we need to come, and so we've now arranged to come, and then we are waiting for other blood of mine for him to come so that we can give the blood so that they will be able to also give the blood too.
We came to the blood bank, no blood. Yesterday too we came, no blood. And today too we are here. And I could see that because of the COVID-19, that's why we are not getting blood. So how shall we manage to get the blood? It's up to you and me to decide.
Now, today, since you've been here, what have they been telling you? Do they have blood for you today?
Yesterday I came, they said I should wait until afternoon time. We waited for the evening time, no blood. They said we should go, so today we should come. And today too, I was here before 8 o'clock. And just there I'm waiting them for the blood.
So what then is happening to your brother who is in the hospital? What is the doctor saying about him since you don't have blood to even care for him?
My brother is waiting me at hematology daycare. As I'm talking now, he is there.
This lady, whose daughter urgently needed blood, was yet to be served again for the 3rd time in 2 weeks. Her doctor, with the urgency of the patient's case, proposed that they resort to the 37 military hospital to procure blood. For most health professionals, they believe the only way to salvage the situation is through voluntary donations. So the decline in blood donation, according to the National Blood Service, is of major concern, and if care is not taken, its repercussions will be telling on the health sector. And for this matter, they have called on all and sundry to voluntarily donate blood to save lives. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Kweku Ediama Ansa.